dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you. I say one dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you. Think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you.
Today is the 29th of December 2022. It is 5:56 in the morning on the continent of Africa. This is Chief Abundance. I wish again to give compliments to the season. I wish to acknowledge all the participants that have taken part in our training program week after week. The admins on duty, those of us who are in the community of Tiashans that understand cryptocurrency and the patience that comes with it. I also want to appreciate those of you who, when introduced to TAC, it was introduced to you as a get-rich-quick scheme, but in the process, you have learned and have understood what we're doing. Next year, our theme, of which I have announced previously, it will be our year of abundance. Our year of abundance. You know, one of my admins say, Mr. Abundance, any company that survive the crypto meltdown, any company that survived the crypto meltdown will be a force to reckon with going forward. A lot of us in the community of Tiashan or even in the ecosystem have no idea what is happening. Absolutely no idea how the debacle and the downfall of Tetla Luno, or the collapse of Tetla Luno, the effect that it had and is still having on the crypto space. A lot of us don't understand when you have an account with 10 million United States dollars in cryptocurrency, and in less than 24 hours, from 10 million to 1 million, it means that having an operation, an expenditure of certain amount would have wiped out your business. And a lot of businesses in the tech community has been wiped out as a result of the crash of Bitcoin. A lot of us do not associate the crash of Bitcoin like the stock market when it crashes, but it has the same effect. When the stock market crashes, a lot of businesses are wiped out. A lot of jobs are lost. A lot of global economies shrinks. And so we are no different in the crypto space. And then when you add FTX, that basically was operating a Ponzi scheme where Peter pays for Paul, and you have company like Hyperverse that due to their system, allow a lot of people to do things that they should not be doing with high returns, collapses, it really have negative effect on this industry. Negative effect on this industry. And so, where we are now in the crypto space, only the strong survive. We who are in the community of Tiashen, we cannot sit in the spot that we are for too long. We cannot afford to gather mass. You know, the old proverb says, a rolling stone gather no mass. And I have not quoted this quote for a long time. But I remember that in the earlies, and I'm still trying to pull my brains together so I can even get it right. I can remember I kept saying that chances favors objects in motion. Chances favors objects in motion. And so, and to add to that one, I've also mentioned that momentum solves 90% of anyone's problem, whether individual, whether it's a group, whether it's a company, whether it's a country, whether it is a continent. Momentum, when you have momentum, it solves 90% of your problem. Momentum even covers incompetencies. And so, I want to bring to us again this journey to which we started in 2019, November 4th. It's not an ordinary mission. The inception of how we came together. And Dr. Newton, you know, in your last discourse, several times you say you used to wonder why I repeat myself. There is a reason why I repeat myself. And so, November 4th, 2019, when we started out this journey, we had momentum. We had momentum, serious momentum, that things that they said we would have not been able to accomplish. Oh yes, the enemies, they were there and they're still here. They said, what you guys are attempting to do to create your own coin, it will not happen. They told us that. But we defy and we shame the enemy. I just want to highlight, before I come to a close, apart from the downfall of so many exchanges and cryptocurrencies since we started in 2019, those that were and on CoinMarketCap and Binance and 6 and 7 other exchanges, they all melt down before our very own eyes. We saw what happened to them, but here we are. We are still standing on solid foundation, and our policies and programs that we have initiated. I want to bring to our attention that every person, every group, every association, every company, every country, every region, every continent, there is a time and a place for everything. And there is also a season for everything. There are some of us that entered our season, but we do not know it. It is the worst thing can happen to an individual having entered his or her season and do not know it, because they're looking for the familiar. They are conditioned with the expectation of what is around them. And so they're looking for the familiar. Just like when Bitcoin was introduced to a lot of our people, it was not the familiar type of investment. And so they discounted it, they discarded it. Prosperous Prince was one of them. Madam Blessing was one of them. Our brother in Sokoto State was one of them. We also have one of our brothers there in Antigua who lost his Bitcoin password with over 1,000 coin. We have Howell in London that dumped his hard drive with over 7,500 Bitcoin. We do not recognize our season when it comes. Seasons are very important, because when you're in your season, as we are now in TAC, we are in our season, but this season will not last. It will not last. Can you imagine? You see, I just want us to understand that when you're not in your season, everything you try will become difficult for you. When you're not in your season, I said you could pray and fast until your knees split. You could write 1,000 applications. You could show up to people who you think have influence and connection to help you. You could anoint yourself and bathe in anointing oil. When it's not your season, it will be difficult for you to connect or to accomplish anything because it's not in your season. You may be trying to find the right partner. You have found the right partner. You're trying to have children, but you cannot. And you tried. You go to every doctor that you know of, and you would have done everything that you thought of. It will not work because it is not your season. It is not your season. We in the Tiashan community must recognize a season when you see it. You must recognize a season. May I say to you that we who are in the community of Tiashan, individually, it may not be your season, but in the community of TAC, this is our season. This is our season. Collectively, it is our season. And that is what can happen. You may not be having individual level your season, but collectively, we can create that ambience. And may I say to you, when you're in your season, those things that you could not accomplish with efforts, with prayer and fasting, with sweat, I said, when you're in your season, even your enemies will come and assist you. And those things that you found impossible will be possible in your season without any effort. or minimal effort, if any. That is when you're in your season. When you're out of your season, it's just like you're eating lemon or the peel of a lime. When you're not in your season, it's just like you're eating green mangoes, green plum. That's how it will taste in your mouth, because it is not your season. And that is what some of us are trying to do. Intact, you want to eat your harvest green before it's ripened. You want to eat your harvest green. You are selling that which you can sell at 20, 40, 50,000 for 3, 4, and 5 cents, because you do not understand nor recognize that there's a time and a place and a season for everything. This is not the season for selling. This is the season for buying and holding. This is your season for buying and holding, not for selling. This is your season to lay the foundation and to understand the ecosystem to which we are in, so that at the end of the day, you can stand firm. You can cancel. Do you think over 400 years in this system that have conditioned us, it's going to be easy for you to beat it? I think you're much smarter than that. You have worked, you have gone to school, you have done everything that this system asks you to do. Some of you have more subjects than you will ever need. Some of you have degrees that you will never use, but yet still you're broke. Yet still you're begging. The system has not worked for our grandparents, and it will not work for us. We'll fool ourselves. We have a system that came with rules without rulers. We have a system that came that all what it demands for us to have a level of understanding and to follow direction, and all can benefit financially. This is it. We have a system that allows a group or a community to decide what is money, and not only to decide, but also to decide the value of that money. It's in our hands to do. And so as we go into 2023, may we change our mindset. May we come to a conclusion and enter 2023 and claim 2023 as our year of abundance. Because you have tried everything possible, and that which you have tried have suffered you and inflicted you, like the children of Israel that should have taken 40 days, take 40 years. So you have tried everything on your own. Follow the admin for once. Follow the admin for once. Follow instructions. And all of us can enter into abundance in 2023.